out on the head.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Georgia Sports Central on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all things out of sports. It's your boy ACS, and we've got a packed show today, so I apologize if it moves at a brisk pace. Ready for a lot of news. Anyways, coming out, and yes, I will be talking about these boys, my thoughts on the Braves. Not much football news, considering where we are in the season, in the off season, rather. So talk about some of that, the Hawks or whatever. Braves fans, jump ship. Go ahead, jump ship. I don't want to see you back around here at the end of the season, though. Anyway, be back after this quick break. You're watching Georgia Sports Central on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all-brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps. for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at @SealTheDeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
What is up? What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Georgia Sports Central on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all things that are sports. It's your boy ACS. And yeah, man, got a lot to talk about today. Apologies for starting just a tad bit late. Life happens with that. So, but we're here. We're here, man. We're here. Ready to talk some Georgia sports, right? Woo! Been lately, right? Crazy. Hawks continue to be up and down. About to jump in real quick to Atlanta United. Finally got back in the dub column. And these Braves, man. Talk about these Braves. Like I said, well, as far as football is concerned, not much right now. You know, we got the draft coming up, spring games coming up. So that's about to start ramping up to a certain extent before it takes like this big break in like June and May where there's almost no football talk going on, period. Until, you know, you can start getting the training camps and things of that nature. Well, I mean, right at the beginning of June, you got some stuff coming up when it comes to like the some of the designations and people's contracts that the NFL has. So probably be a lot of news then. But, you know, if you're a sports head, junkie, whatever you want to call it, you know that this time of year, football wise, is sort of a downer. You see a lot of posts on social media talking about just take me back, bro. Or can we just fast forward? I don't want to fast forward because there's other sports out there, and I like talking about sports, man. So without further ado, let's jump right in, man. So Atlanta United finally get back in the dub column. First dub since the first game of the season. right. We did 3-2 over Montreal, and then the rest of the season for us has been literally ties and losses. Finally, 4-3 dub over New York City Football Club. This is it says here, Emmanuel Latte-Lot scored late in the second half, and Atlanta United rallied from 2 goals down to beat New York City Football Club 4-3 at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on Saturday night. Atlanta United 2-2 trailed 3-1 before an own goal by New York City midfielder Keaton Perks ignited the comeback in the 62nd minute. Miguel Almiron scored the equalizer off a pass from Xande Silva in the 75th minute. It was the first goal of the season for Almiron and his 22nd in his third year in the league. Silva's assist was his first of the season, his 7th in the third year in the league. Latte-Lot found the net unassisted in the 84th minute for the victory. Excuse me. He has 5 goals in his first 6 appearances in the league. So, yeah, man, Atlanta United back in the dub column. Always nice to see. Next game will be this Saturday. First football club in Dallas. Yeah. Let's see. Let's check the power rankings as I always like to do to see where Atlanta's falling in on that thing. With the dub this week, let's see if we've risen. I think last week we were 15. So I don't know if it's obviously at number 1, you're gonna find Miami. Let's see at 9, Charlotte, Austin, number 10, Orlando City 11, LA Football Club at 12, New York Red Bulls 13, Atlanta United at 14, right? Last week we're 15. So dub put us up a spot. In the power rankings. Atlanta United aren't strangers to the allowing goals this year. They've conceded at least 2 goals in 5 of their 6 matches. I ain't gonna do that. Still, quality attacking talent won today over sloppy defending for the 5 stripes. So, good, optimistic, good start. Let's see if next week I can be coming on here talking about a 2-game win streak, right? You know what I'm saying? And see if that's going to be the topic of discussion when it comes to United. But like I said, a lot to talk about today. We're gonna keep moving. As I get this done. Hold on. Oh, I keep talking about the background music, man. I keep on forgetting to try to look for something. Let's see what they got on here, man. Let's see what they got on here. Some people got some stuff on here, man. Let's try some. What's it sound like? Definitely not. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know about that. Here, I'll ride that. Put that shit down about 12. Anyway, all right, let's get to it. Like I said, the Atlanta United back in the dub column. See what happens next week as they play Dallas. Let's move on to some Atlanta Falcons talk. Like I said, really not much when it comes to football-wise, man. Just a couple of notes. I think, Kirk Cousins, obviously, was been the main topic of discussion. Is going to skip some voluntary team stuff that they got going on. Let's see. All right, the news I had has disappeared. All right, anyway, let's do this. Oh, here we go. All right, here we go. I got a feeling Kirk Cousins news is going to kind of dominate the Falcons offseason stuff just because of the contract and things of that nature. But Atlanta Falcons coach Raheem Morris said he does not expect current quarterback Kirk Cousins to be a part of the team's voluntary offseason program because of a business impasse. Morris said Cousins has met one-on-one with himself, general manager Terry Fontenot, and owner Arthur Blank, and expressed his wish to be a starting quarterback in the NFL this coming season. The Falcons have Michael Penix Jr. pegged as their starter for the foreseeable future. Cousins was benched in Week 16 after a 5-game stretch with 9 picks and just 1 touchdown pass, which he sort of attributed, as you guys know, I've talked about it on here, to having some injuries with his shoulder, man. Hey, appreciate you, Ralph, man. Appreciate you, bro. Chiming in, man. I appreciate it. And I will try my best to have a great show. Like I said, Cousins attributed some of that stuff to injury. If you remember when it came to after the season was over with and he came out and said some stuff, the Falcons didn't like that shit at all. I'm not going to be foolish to think that he's going to show up for voluntary work. Morris said of Cousins on Tuesday morning at the NFL's annual league meeting. Right now, we're dealing with the business-like mode. We're dealing with that type of feel. I don't think he'll be there. If he is, we'll welcome him with open arms, but I'm not going to be foolish enough to make myself get worked up and angry about Kirk Cousins missing voluntary workouts. Blank said Tuesday that he spent an hour on the phone with Cousins recently and took 5 pages of notes. The owner said the team wants to be as thoughtful and sensitive to him as we can be while still doing what's right for the organization. When asked if he was comfortable with Cousins as the backup, Blank replied, "We've already paid him." True. So I think at the end of the day, what happens will happen. Blank said maybe something pre-draft, post-draft, I don't know, but he understands what our needs are and he understands what we have to do as a franchise. Moore said the Falcons remain comfortable with Cousins as their backup quarterback. However, that doesn't mean the Falcons would turn down trading Cousins if the right deal is on the table. Cousins has a no-trade clause, though, so he would have to clear any potential swap. As I've been talking about this, he's guaranteed $27.5 million in 2025 with a $10 million roster bonus. Also guaranteed coming in 2026. Atlanta has reason that it had already allocated that money toward the quarterback position, though it's not ideal to pay a backup that much. So, again, the Cousins stuff is going to be a hot topic until either he gets traded, which I think could possibly happen, just like this shit mentions, like on draft night, or pre-draft, something along those lines. Somebody might be trying to grab themselves a quarterback. Who knows? He's expensive is the problem here, I think. And look, I'm gonna be honest, both sides, man. Cousins should have played better, right? If there was an injury, should have got that addressed, bro. Instead of getting out there and trying to play and throwing 9 picks in 5 games and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your cousin. Falcons, they drafted a quarterback. They signed you last off season, and literally signed and drafted a quarterback in the first round, right? Caught you by surprise. So I both sides. I think both sides, Falcons, Cousins, both of y'all are at fault when in this situation. I know that the Falcons probably looked at Penix and said, man, if we pass on him, there might not be another sort of another quarterback of that caliber that they can, latch on to. And look, Penix is Atlanta, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude, he gleams Atlanta. So it's a right fit, but if any Falcons fans are here trying to lay blame on who's to blame for this blunder, it's both the Falcons and Kirk Cousins, right? Both of them. So Cousins, you don't want to get benched, play great, right? If you were hurt, should have came out there and said that thing, started getting that thing worked on instead of trying to play through it and throwing all them picks. Falcons maybe should have drafted Penix, man. I mean, I guess it worked out for him when you consider, the fact that that Cousins was playing terrible football. I mean, it still didn't help him get to the playoffs, but so we'll see what happens with that. Like I said, there's not much news Falcons way, man. It's not much, man. There's a lot of things coming up. The draft, of course, that's when the talk will ramp up. Change overtime rules. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. The NFL changes overtime rules. Okay. There was some more stuff NFL wise that I need to get some more information on. You know, with I think they're coming out. They're talking about the chain gang is going to take a step back as far as ball placement and spotting on the field. It's going to be more camera related to digital technology. As long as it works, I mean, I don't care. As long as it works, good. I don't care. But I mean, we all saw it. We've all seen games. The ball carrier, you see where he's down at, and then where they place the ball is like a half a yard behind. Like, come on, bro. How do you get that kind of stuff wrong? So, anything that's going to help improve the game, anything that's going to help improve ball spotting and things of that nature to make it more efficient, I'm all down with that. Your boy is here for that. So, we'll see what happens with that stuff. There's this thing I was looking at where the NFL's approved a bunch of rule changes, and I started reading that stuff, and I am not well versed in let me show you what I'm talking about. The way that these rule changes are written here, and maybe I'll show you guys. It's kind of difficult. I'm not a it's the rules here. They're written as they are probably written in the official NFL rule book, where it's like 1A. Okay, say approved playing rule summary by competition committee. Amends Rule 6 to make permanent the new form of free kick play implemented in 2024, designed to 1, resemble a typical scrimmage play by aligning players on both teams closer together and restricting movement to reduce space and speed, and 2, promote more returns subject to the following changes, modifies the alignment requirement. See how it's written? It's kind of hard to understand. So yeah, I like to give it to me in layman's terms. They don't. Rules to extend. Say by competition committee amends Rule 15 to expand instant replay's ability to advise the on-field officials on specific objective aspects of a play and or to address game administration issues when clear and obvious video evidence is present. I'm guessing that has something to do with this. So anyway, I'm sure we'll get some kind of clear context on that, man. Hey, what's good, Taryn, man? Appreciate you, man. Maybe we'll get some context on those rules later on, like summed up for like understandable for people like us. But yeah, I was like, oh, good, great. This is one place where I could find all of the new rule changes, that proposals, and it's written in NFL speak. So yeah, your boy's not that good at it to reading stuff. So we'll wait and see which kind of stuff comes back. We'll wait and see if the rules, if we can get some more clarification, if I can find them somewhere where it's written more plainly for us to understand. But yeah, that had something to do with instant replay. But yeah, a lot of rule changes coming up. As if you're a football fan, you've already seen these talks and these suggestions and these things like right after the Super Bowl when it came to overtime rules and changing the way that they mark first downs and things of that nature. Right. Same thing with baseball. They tried that in spring training with the digital pitching thing. So I don't know. We'll see how it works. Anyhow, we're going to take a quick break. And when we return, we're going to be talking about them Braves, y'all. You're watching Georgia Sports Central on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all things that are sports. See y'all in a bit.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop, including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davidson.
It's your boy Dentarius Lava.
And we are the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, where we discuss everything in the world of basketball from prep to the pros.
You guys should definitely check us out, man. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all the basketball information you guys need, so we look forward to you guys listening in.
And please do, because we are the best basketball show on this side of the Mississippi. And please do check us out on Twitter at FastBreakISR. D-Lock, where's our time again?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That gives you guys plenty of time on a Sunday.
Tune in.
Are you a Tar Heel, Blue Devil, Demon Deacon, or maybe even a Gamecock? Do you cheer for the Panthers, the Canes, the Crown? And check out the Carolina Sports Update every week with me, Neil Curtis, to get the latest and greatest on all the sports action in the Carolinas. We'll be talking pro sports, ACC and SEC football, basketball, baseball, and everything in between. We'll even talk a little Formula One racing now and again. So, for the best hour of Carolina sports coverage, catch me each week on Carolina Sports Updates with Neil Curtis, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What is good? What is good, everybody? Welcome back to Georgia Sports Central on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all things that are sports. It's your boy ACS, and we reached the time in the show, y'all. We reached that time in the show. I'm pretty sure that the hot topic here, baseball season, kicked off last weekend, and your boys, Atlanta Braves, are. Wait, what happened to them? Oh, okay. Anyway, apologies. Yeah. So, anyways, season kicked off last weekend, and your boy, the Atlanta Braves, the only team in the majors right now that does not have any kind of checks in the dub column. Your boy is sucking. Braves fans are sucking. But I tell you what, before we get into, I don't know what's gonna happen, man. But I do have confidence in the team. Do have high hopes and spirits for the team. We still got a couple aces out there, Strider, Acuna, that haven't made it back yet. The team has underperformed thus far. Batting averages. I mean, dude, you're talking about nobody. there's nobody over 188 right now batting for the Braves, man. Terrible, man. Terrible. De La Cruz ain't hit nothing. Getting clapped up by the Dodgers as we speak. Dodgers a good team, though. I mean, I knew that was going to be a rough one to start the season. Padres, though. But I will say this. If you're a Braves fan right now and you're already chucking in the towel, don't try to pick the towel back up at the end of the season. I don't want to see you around here. Any doubters? If you're a sports head, right? Obviously, you know, I didn't really get into like sports social media that much until about 6 years ago when we started on my other YouTube channel, Instant Replay, where we talk about football. That's when I really got into like sports social media. And if you've been in sports social media for a little while, you know it's a murky, nasty, disgusting cesspool of you know, it is what a bunch of trash talking, a bunch of, you know, fans ready to jump off the edge of a cliff after 2 losses, like that kind of stuff. If you spend any amount of time wading in the waters of sports social media, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Get clowned on. Like right now, Braves fans, we taking it, man. We taking it from all sides. Phillies fans, everybody's giving us the business right now. Because we are, once again, the only team in the majors without a dub, man. So it sucks, man. And so having to wade against that stuff, you kind of see some things, man. And Braves fans, matter of fact, I don't even know if I should call you Braves fans. If you go ahead, talk trash and jump ship and all that stuff. I don't want to see your ass back around here in the fall. Because mark you, I do believe in my team, and I have major confidence. We're gonna get some pieces back, and we're gonna turn this thing around. 0-6 is not. We got 150 games left. 150 games left, y'all. And people are out here. Relax. Jesus Christ. Relax. Again, fair weather fans, if you go ahead, jump ship now. I don't want to see you fucking tomahawk chopping at the end of the season. Get out of here. Stay gone. All right. Because my boys, hey, man, we're going to turn the ship around, man. I got 1,000% confidence in that. There ain't no damn way in the world the Braves going to end their season the same way this has happened, right? 0-6 is a bad start, man. Like I said, the bat now. It's funny when you see stuff, people be on here and they'll be like, which MLB fan base has had it the worst so far this season? Really, y'all? If that's really a question, and you look in the comments and there's people talking about, well, what about the Braves and it's not even close? Thank you very much. I know Boston's struggling a little bit right now, but Boston has some wins. The Braves have 0 wins, y'all. We have it the worst right now, right? And no thanks. If you can't compete without cheating, go home. If you have to cheat to compete, get out of here. I've been watching sports for a long time, and I'm sure a lot of you out there too have been watching sports. Or you probably wouldn't be listening to the show or watching for a long time. And you've seen it happen time and time again in all sports. People get ejected for using PEDs and things of that nature. If you got to cheat to compete, go home. We don't need you. Biggest offseason acquisition for the Braves this year. Jurickson Profar test positive, bro. Gone. 80 games. And still can't even play the postseason when he comes back. I don't even want to see him the second 80 games. Get up out of here, Jurickson. Get up out of here, man. Get up out of here, dog. Like that. This is I don't know what way I could put this. Is like, let's just get into it right here. Braves, Jurickson Profar gets 80-game ban for PED violation. Veteran outfielder Jurickson Profar tested positive for a banned substance and began an 80-game suspension Monday, dealing a major blow to an Atlanta Braves team navigating a nightmare start to the season. Yeah, thanks a lot, Jurickson. Thanks a lot, bro. Profar tested positive for chorionic. I can't pronounce it. It's a PED, but a performance-enhancing drug, according to Major League Baseball. The start of his suspension coincides with the beginning of a 3-game series at Dodger Stadium, bruh. Profar will be eligible to return to the Braves on June 29th, but as part of the MLB's joint drug prevention and treatment program, will be ineligible for the 2025 postseason as part of his suspension, right? As part of his suspension. We don't need you, man. Get up out of here, man. I wish the Braves could just release that cat. And look, I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, get us some help. There ain't no help for PEDs, bro. Last time I checked, the PEDs don't have an addictive quality, like, say, for instance, drugs, hardcore drugs, right? So no. There's no sympathy for that cat. You knew what you were doing. And as far as I'm hearing now from people with his last season with the Padres, he was out there messing around like that. According to the Cleveland Clinic, HCG is a hormone that helps the production of testosterone. Brave statement, of course, trying to be classy as it is. Surprised and extremely disappointed. Let me write the statement next time, Atlanta. Let me come clean. Let a Braves fan come clean with the statement on Jurickson Profar. Yeah, it's not going to be as kind and classy. We fully support the program and are hopeful that Jurickson will learn from his experience. Learn on another team, homie. Get out of here. I don't care if he comes back after the suspension and just starts beaning bombs all out of the field. Who cares? They're going to think he's still on that stuff. I mean, hey, and it doesn't matter if he does that anyway, because he can't play in the postseason, where if we do make it there, which I believe we will certainly make it to the postseason, he ain't going to be able to help us. Selfishness, man. Selfish. The team wasn't on his mind. His self was on his mind. News of Profar's suspension, which is without pay, comes in the wake of a brutal opening weekend for the Braves, who were swept in a 4-game series by the San Diego Padres while scoring a combined 7 runs, including 0 over the last 22 innings. So if you can't compete without cheating, bruh, we don't need you. And that's in any sport. That's in any sport. If you can't compete without cheating, man, dude, we don't need you, man. We don't. It's already a rough enough thing to go through with the Braves, being 0-6 and sort of trying to navigate that. And then now we got a dude who we were counting on, who we paid a lot of money this offseason. He ain't gonna be there for half the season, man. Let's see where we at. Let's see. 2025 team stats. Batting, runs. We're tied for 28th with 9. 9 runs through 6 games, bro. Batting average for the team, 30th at 137. On base percentage, 30th at 238. Slugging percentage, 30th at 220. All these stats, all at the bottom of the league right now. And at the NL East standings, Phillies number 1, Miami 2, the Mets are 3. Washington's in 4th place, and the Braves sit at the bottom with a 0% winning percentage. Lost 6 in a row. Next game is tonight against the Dodgers, 8:30 p.m. Let's see if we can avoid going 0-7. Yeah, man. To be realistic, which I always tell you, I'm gonna keep it 100 and keep it a buck, man, with you guys when it comes to my thoughts on my teams and being a fan and things of that nature. Excuse me, man, it's kind of warm in here. My throat is super dry. You just gotta sort of coast on the waters, man. You just gotta ride the waves, man. Is it disappointing to see the Braves start the season like this? Of course it is, dude. Of course it is. For more reasons than me, actually, I think it's when I talk about that sports social media, it's more of, you know, I feel I'm kind of calm about the Braves, calmer than I thought I would be, considering the fact that they started the season so horrifically. Man, it's the social media, bro. They be digging at you, man. You just ain't got to scroll far to see somebody clowning your team. You know what I'm talking about, for being 0-6, which sucks. You know, you like to be able to clown on other teams, even though I'm not that much of a trash talker when it comes to stuff like that. But let me see if I can find. Yeah, that's about it. And so again, I'm gonna bring this up real quick. Apologies for those just listening and not watching, but I do want to show you guys what I'm talking about when it's this there we go, right there, y'all. That's the Braves. That's the Braves batting average this season so far. Before the game last night, bruh. Look at that, man. It's disgusting. It is, man. But again, there's no way in hell this stays like this. There's no way in hell it does. So I'm not going to sit up here and sort of, I don't know, man. It's rough, man. It's very, very rough. Let's see, get it down right here. Very, very rough as a Braves fan. But again, not panicking. I ain't even gonna say, and I'm not even gonna put this kind of karma on the team. We'll see next week. We'll see next week before I say something that's gonna fucking turn out to be, excuse my language, turn out to be like bad news, right? But again, so far the Padres games, like, dude, I mean, 9 runs, bruh. 9 through 6 games, man. It's terrible. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. Let's see. Let's see if I find no power rankings, because I'm pretty sure the Braves got to be at the very, very bottom. And the game was looking nice last night. Game was looking nice. It was 1-0 for like 7 innings, and I'm like, okay, we might just screech one out, man. Might get the first dub in Los Angeles too. That'd be dope. Nah, didn't happen. Did not happen. Home run from Mookie Betts kind of cleared that on up for us, and then it was like, you know, we couldn't come back from that. So. Yeah, man. It's terrible. It's terrible, man. But there is another team, another baseball team in the state of Georgia, not professional, that's doing pretty damn good right now, man. Let's talk about Georgia, man. UGA continuing to sort of play some good baseball, man. Good baseball. Ranked 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. If you look at, there's a whole bunch of different sort of rankings. I talked about that last week. I don't understand why there's so many different rankings when it comes to college baseball. It's kind of crazy. So let me get some of this stuff pulled up real quick, and we'll give it a talk, man. Give it a talk. But yeah, no, the dude, they're playing outstandingly explosive and ridiculous right now. The Georgia Bulldogs are a baseball team. So just come off sweeping Auburn this weekend, right? 8 straight wins, leading the nation with 79 total home runs on the team. 28-2 with the 13-6 win over West Georgia. All right, let's see. Get this. Top 5 series. Wait. Is this it? Apologies, y'all. I'm trying to get some of this stuff. No, okay, I got that one up there. All right. Let's get into it right. University of Georgia Bulldogs, like I mentioned, 29-2, 935 win percentage, 8-1 in the conference. Only lost one game. That was against Kentucky a couple weeks ago. So they've only lost one SEC game. They're 21-1 at home, 6-1 away, 2-0 on neutral fields. They're on a 9-game winning streak. Like I mentioned, my bad. I put 8. It's 9. 9-game winning streak, 79 total home runs, clapping on them. So the team's playing good, man. Team's playing good. And like I said, depending on where you look for rankings, the Bulldogs are, they range from number 2 to number 4 in the nation. Let's see. Updated top 25. This is D1Baseball.com's latest rankings. Got Tennessee Volunteers at 1, Arkansas at 2, Georgia at 3. I'm a little enamored with the fact that Georgia's 3rd behind Tennessee and Arkansas, considering our record is better than theirs. And it doesn't make any sense to me. We should be ranked higher than them, I guess. I don't know. Maybe Tennessee started the season ranked number 1, but I have no idea with that. But also, a little bit of Georgia Tech news. They fall in right down here at number 25, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I'll get to them in just a second. But you had the Dogs, man. Considering the rankings, Georgia, Texas, who they're playing this weekend, got a 3-game stand against Texas, SEC. The Bulldogs, as I said, when you're talking about the Texas Longhorns are ranked number 5 in the country, right? 2 behind Georgia. So what's happening with that is this weekend series becomes a top 5 series. Going to be a big one to watch. Hopefully they try to televise some of these games because it'd be hard to, trying to find some of these Georgia baseball games on just regular television, especially with the NCAA tournament going on and like other sports going on, playoff pushes in the NBA going on. So it's kind of difficult to sort of find that, but hopefully we can. College baseball rankings updates have officially made the Georgia-Texas series this weekend a top 5 matchup. The Bulldogs 28-2, 8-1 SEC. The Longhorns 23-3, 8-1 SEC are one of 4 SEC teams, including Georgia, that own a share of first place in the conference. So here's this. The SEC made up 4 of D1 Baseball's top 5. Let's see what's some more rankings at. There's some more rankings out here if I can find them. Let's see. Georgia softball, the women's team, the Lady Dogs, 25-10, 7-14 winning percentage, 4-8 in the SEC. 2-game losing streak, 18-5 at home, 3-5 away, 4-0 neutral. This midweek madness, the Dogs win their midweek matchup against Queens University of Charlotte. I think the score was like 24-1 or something like that. Georgia will hit the road this weekend and travel to Austin to take on the Longhorns. First pitch Friday is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Dogs win, yes, 21-1 over Queens. So that was yesterday. Yes. So yeah, man, it's looking. Let's see if I can find this other. There's another ranking out here real quick. All right, let me go back to this. See if I can find it. Softball, we're going to top 5 series. Oh yeah, let me see. Here it is. Oh no, this is not what I was looking for. I don't think. No, this is not it. Anyhow, let's go down here, Georgia. So, apologies, you guys. I'm looking for something. I can't find it now. It was another ranking because there's like several rankings. If oh, never mind. Here it is. I know where it's at. Okay, perfect game rankings. Let's take a look at those. Perfect game, which is another ranking system, has Tennessee at 1, Georgia at 2, Arkansas at 3, Clemson at 4, Texas at 5. Pretty much the same top 5, just different order when it comes to Georgia. And Georgia Tech is at 22 on this ranking. Perfect game rankings right here. And then, of course, Baseball America's rankings, top 25 rankings. Right now, Tennessee is at number 1. Arkansas at number 2. They got Texas at number 3 in the Baseball America rankings. Georgia at number 4. And LSU at number 5. So vastly different rankings. I don't know which one like they officially go by when it comes to college baseball. I guess probably the D1 because that's D1 baseball. But I don't know. There's a lot of rankings out there. And if they don't have any bearing on like picking for like tournaments and stuff, I don't know why there are so many. But anyway, that's just where Georgia ranks. Let's take a look at, man, some Georgia Tech baseball, man. Georgia Tech, obviously, playing some good ball, moving into the top 25 just recently. Let's see, get that up here. Let me get this. Apologies. All right, Georgia Tech right here. 23-6 record overall, 8-4 in the ACC, 16-5 at home, 7-1 away. Don't have any neutral games on the schedule. Pretty good, man. Pretty good, especially when you're looking at this Premier Open Worlds to see right here. College top 25, March 31st. Like I said, Georgia Tech rolling up in here at number 22. Not too bad. ACC teams ahead of them. They got a couple. I don't know, man. Let's see. North Carolina, Wake Forest. Let's see. Clemson, closer. The ACC right up there in the top 5. So, Tech doing some things, man. D1 baseball top 25. It says Tennessee remains number 1, but as I told you right now, like at 25, Georgia Tech falling in. At 25, where they jumped up in there last week, still continuing to win games. So, and then the Georgia Tech softball, right? 22-14 overall, 7-5 in the conference, 15-9 at home, 4-4 away, 3-1 in neutral. I don't exactly know where they're ranked right now. The Lady Jackets, or I don't think they call themselves that. Apologies. Yeah, just a little bit of news right there when it comes to Georgia Tech and baseball in general. Like I said, man, go Braves, baby, go Braves. We gonna come out of this, man. Braves Nation, we coming out of this, man. Just stay with the path, baby. Stay with it, man. We need every fan to be up in this thing like that. Again, when it comes to college football, ain't really no news right there. Like I said, the G-Day game is set for April 12th at 1 p.m. And there's that. So let's move on before we getting closer to the end of the show. Let's move on to some NBA basketball, some Atlanta Hawks. A lot of things going for the Hawks this year. A lot of players playing great basketball. But as you can see, when it comes to sort of the team, the record of the team is kind of rough, man. We had a good little stretch of winning games. I remember I was talking about a couple weeks ago was the first time between shows that the Hawks were undefeated this season. And, you know, it kind of quickly went away with a 2-game losing streak. And then they won a game against the Bucks where they threw up 145 points to beat the Bucks 145-124, which is good Eastern Conference game. Then they lost against the Blazers 127-113. At 8:30 tonight, we play the Dallas Mavericks in Dallas. It's going to be on at the same damn time as the Braves are playing the Dodgers for the third game in that series. Right about the same time, 8:38 p.m. is when the first pitch comes for that game. So, yeah, as we get into basketball, though, real quick, I do want to say this. I do want to mention, man, what we saw from Steph and Jokic last night. If you're an NBA guy, basketball head, and you sort of paid attention to what those guys did, Jokic with the 60-point triple-double, Steph with the 50-plus points. The reason why I say this, right? The reason why I say those were MVP performances, and we all know that Gilgeous Alexander from the SGA from the Thunder is probably going to win it. I would say he's been the most steady guy all season. You know what I'm talking about, right? As far as for the Thunder, they've been the best team in the league pretty much all season. So I think he deserves it. You know, I'm not really one of those people that be like, don't give it to Jokic. He already has one. But Jokic is putting up a season, right? What I look at from this, though, is the team's records. And if you're going to have a close running MVP race like it's probably going to be, whatever team has the better record should have the MVP. Right? That's the only way I can feel to sort it out. But what I mean by the MVP performances last night is, if you watch those games, they needed it. Like, their teams needed those points. Every single point of the 60 that Jokic scored, they needed it. Even though they lost to the Timberwolves, it was in overtime, and it was a close game. It was a 1-point loss. And you saw what happened there at the dude got fouled, and he got to shoot the free throws to win the game. And then in the Golden State game, they needed every single point that Steph could give them because that game was close, right? So that's what I mean, man. What we saw from Stephen Curry and Nikola Jokic last night was MVP caliber performances. I know Steph is not in the running, but I just wanted to shout them out, man. When you see stuff like that, man, I feel like it needs to be shouted out, no matter what team you root for, right? Sports, baby, gotta love them. But yeah, the Hawks, 1-game losing streak right now, 36-39. We've fallen back to second place in the Southeastern standings. With a 480 win percentage. Gets rougher, like I said, tonight. We play the Mavericks. It's a winnable game. Obviously, the Mavericks have been on, we've seen what happened to them since the trade, the Luka trade or whatever that was much talked about. But Yeah. 1 game losing streak. Yeah. So we'll see what happens tonight, man. Hopefully we can get back in that. As far as points per game, Trae Young leads, assists per game, 11.6. Couple of things to mention when it comes to the Hawks. The Great Barrier Thief is what they call my boy Dyson Daniels, new franchise record for steals in the season. I was talking about him last week as he should be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year, but every time I hear him talking again in the murky waters of sports social media, if people think it should be Draymond or somebody else, the dude's killing it this season, man. The only thing he's not, clapping in right now is like blocks. Of course, he's a guard. You ain't gonna see that many from the Cats. Let's see. The Eastern Conference Defensive Player of the Month for March is Dyson Daniels. So, look, man, big fan of Danny Daniels. Easy Defensive Player of the Year. That's what people are saying. But, of course, like I said, it's not unanimously thought about when it comes to basketball. So, we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. It's hard, with the Hawks being so up and down, it's kind of hard for people to say, oh, yeah, that dude should win it. They want to go with the more flashy teams, the more teams that are more in the headlines and stuff, like players from Golden State and things of that nature. So, youngest player in NBA history to reach 12,000 points and 4,500 assists goes to the kid Trae Young. Shouts out, right, to number 11, Ice Trae. You know what I mean? Youngest player in NBA history with 12,000 points and 4,500 assists. Right on for my man. Let's see what else. Zachary Risashah. I can't pronounce that dude's name to say it. The rookie that the Hawks drafted this year. Zachary Risashah's offensive improvements by the numbers. Dude's doing good, man. Now, I don't know if he's necessarily going to win Rookie of the Year because I think there's another cat that's in it. I can't remember what team he plays for that they were comparing him to. But in December, let's see if it's down here. April, he's averaging 20. Yeah, so it says December, he was 9.4 points per game, 47%. And then it went up in January to 11.9, February 12.8, and in March 16.3 points per game. Somebody saying down here that April he's averaging 20 points per game. So, hey, man, you love to see that growth from a rookie, right? Step in the league and then start playing like that. 9.4 in December. And now your boy is playing better. Improvements, man. Hopefully we might see him he's in Rookie of the Year talks, but obviously – there's a lot that goes into that, not just that. And like I said before, when your team is not doing that particularly well, it's not dominating, it's hard for like people and fans to sort of put their eyes on your team like, oh, that dude. So we'll see what happens, man. But who knows? We might have ourselves a legendary star in the making in Atlanta to be with the team, hopefully for the next 10 years or something like that, man. So we could be cheering for that guy. But all right, so what it's looking like right now, as we look at the standings, the Hawks are in the play-in tournament, right? So when it comes to Eastern Conference play-in standings, the Milwaukee Bucks are at 6, the Magic are at 7, the Hawks are at 8, and 9, the Miami Heat. The Chicago Bulls are at 10. They're locked into the play-in, so the Bulls cannot improve. They're going to play in the play-in no matter what. Western Conference play-in standings, now they have the Lakers here at 4 and Golden State at 5 and at 6 Memphis because there's potential for all three of them teams to they could any one of those teams can still play in the play-in. In other words, let me pull this up, man. See if I can make it more understandable for you guys. So let's see. Yeah, so right here, NBA play-in tournament right here. If you can see current Eastern Conference play-in standings. Blowing it up a little bit. As you can see, then when you get to the Western Conference, because of the record-wise, any of these teams that are in the top 4, 5, and 6 spots can still end up down here somewhere by the end of the season. Just depends. And like I said, Chicago Bulls locked in. Play-in tournament, regular season games to watch. Obviously, Orlando Magic versus Atlanta Hawks. That's April 8th. Atlanta Hawks versus Orlando Magic again. Those two games right there are going to kind of decide where we stand. If we get, can end up ending the season in first place in the Atlantic Conference, or maybe not. So we'll see what happens with that. A whole bunch of games right here to watch for the Western Conference. I mean, look at this whole slew of games you need to keep your eyes on. Projected matchups: number 8 Hawks and number 7 Orlando Magic. Eastern Conference play-in picture to make play-in: the Bulls 100%, Heat a little bit more than 99%, Magic a little more than 99%, and then Hawks greater than 99%. Make the 7 and 8 game 78%, 87%. To make the playoffs, the Hawks are sitting at a 65% chance to make the playoffs. The Western Conference, right? Western Conference playoff picture. As you can see here, The Mavericks, 17% chance to make the playoffs. Kings, 15% chance. Grizzlies, 87% chance. I don't know what's going to happen with the Grizzlies, man. They be getting clapped up, man. 92% chance for Guardians. And then 95% chance for Golden State. Timberwolves, 92% chance. 2% chance for the Suns, 99% chance for Golden State or for the Denver Nuggets. And then the Lakers sit at a greater than 99% chance. All right, for those who were wondering, real quick, let me drop this knowledge on you before I bounce up out of here. How does the NBA play-in tournament work? There will be 6 total games involving 8 teams as part of the play-in tournament, split up between the 2 conferences. The top 6 teams in each conference, the top 6 teams in each conference will be guaranteed playoff spots, while teams numbers 7 through 10 in the standings will enter the play-in. Any team that finishes worse than 10 will be in the NBA draft lottery, right? All right, so the 2024-25 NBA regular season concludes on April 13th with all 30 teams playing. The play-in tournament will then take place April 15th through 18th before the first round of the playoffs. Here's how the games will work. Game 1s. Each conference's number 7 team in the standing will host the number 8 team, with the winner earning the number 7 seed in the playoffs. The losing teams get another chance in their respective conferences. Game 3. All right. Game 2s. Each conference's number 9 team will host the number 10 team. With the winner moving on to game 3, the losers are eliminated and enter the NBA draft lottery. So if you're number 9 or number 10, you don't get a second chance. You lose those games and you're up out of there. All right. All right. Game 3s. The losers of the number 7 versus number 8 matchups will host the winners of the number 9 versus number 10 matchups, with the victors grabbing each conference's number 8 seed in the postseason. The losers of game 3 enter the NBA draft lottery. So again, 7 and 8 teams will play each other. The losers get a second chance. Number 9 and number 10 teams will play each other. The losers do not get a second chance. The winner will play the loser of the 7 and 8 team playing games in the game 1s, right? Under this format, the teams with the 7th and 8th highest winning percentages will have 2 opportunities to win 1 game to earn a playoff spot, while the teams with the 9th and 10th highest winning percentages need to win 2 straight games to advance. So there it is for you guys. The play-in tournament, if you were confused by any stretch of that, this you can find this on ESPN.com. Under NBA, it shows you what the standings so far when it comes to the play-in tournament. And it also shows the rules. In other words, how the play-in tournament works, just to explain to anybody out there who is sort of kind of not knowing about it, right? Let's see. Just wanted to show this. This is now I can't tell. This is still up here. I can't tell really. I just should have this first. This is probably an April Fool's joke for the Atlanta Dream, the WNBA team from Atlanta that I will be talking about covering that season when it starts later on in a few months. But the pollen jersey, if you not know, the pollen count in the state of Georgia was the highest it's ever been this year, and I've seen some high pollen counts, bro. Like you're talking about like entire areas of the city just orange and yellow. I mean, my wife said she walked out of her job the other day and the entire parking lot was yellow. So pollen sucks. I think this is April Fool's joke, though. So there's that. Also, a couple more things right there. Georgia basketball team, Georgia freshman Asia Newell has announced that he will forego entering the NBA draft and return to Georgia for 1 more season. Asia Newell becomes one of the highest rated draft prospects to return for another season in NBA draft history. I thought he was going to be gone, but hey, man, he wants to run it back. He says right there, Dog Nation, we've got unfinished business. I'm coming back. Let's see what we can do next season, man. Made the NCAA tournament for the first time in 10 years this season. Let's see if we can improve on that, man. Good to see the kids staying, man. Appreciate you, Newell. And real quick, one last thing. Shouts out to Georgia Tech women's head basketball coach, a legend in every way. Head coach Nell Fortner announces retirement from coaching. Best wishes in the future of your life with your family and in all kind of future endeavors. What a career. Thanks, Coach. We appreciate you. Ride off into the sunset, man. Ride off into the sunset. So, yeah, man, that about does it for the show. Appreciate everybody who watches every week. Like I said, I apologize for starting just a tad bit late today, but yeah, it's good. Shows ran kind of long, and Go Braves, man. That's all I got to say out that. Go Braves. You've been watching Georgia Sports Central on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all things that are sports. We'll see y'all next week. Peace out. Go.